Hey everybody, what's up? It's me, Haloraders, and we are back again on YouTube after so long with another YouTube series. This time it's a very unusual one. I'm going to be playing, for the first time on my channel, a kids game. And as you can tell by the title, it's Pokemon. It may sound like a weird thing for me to play, seeing as how pretty much all the other games I played are teenage ones, but at the moment this is the only thing I can actually record on. My Xbox stuff isn't working, and I can only record on my PC, and this is the only game I actually have on it right now, but I plan to do others, and hopefully get the Xbox stuff back on, but without a doubt, let's go straight into this then. I'm not going to bother with too much explaining, but I am using an emulator right now, so this is on my PC and not on a Game Boy Advance, and I'll explain the game as we go along for newcomers, but for those of you who have already played the game, there shouldn't be too much of a problem. In the world, which you're a bloody-bloody-blue, fucking Pikachu will tell you everything. Obviously pause if you want to see what was just said then. And here we have Professor Oak.
Hello there, glad to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People affectionately refer to me as the Pokemon Professor. This world is inhabited far and wide by creatures called Pokemon.
Sorry.
For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for battling. As for myself, I study Pokemon as a professor. As a profession.
Put my fucking English. Not hablo inglés.
But first, tell me a little about yourself. Now tell me, are you a boy or are you a girl?
I'm a girl. No, I'm a boy. We're going as boy. We're not going as a girl. I've never actually played this game as the girl character. I don't know what she looks like.
Let's begin with your name. Well, what is it?
I bet Oak wants to know my fucking name. Alright. Now, I have looked up a couple of other YouTubers who do these kind of Let's Plays, so I've got a bit of an idea of what sort of things I should try and do. And I've noticed that a lot of them either put their own name in, or their YouTube channel name in. And, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put my own name in. So for those of you who don't know me in real life, you're about to find out my real name. Right, there we go. Joe!
Right, so your name is Joe.
Yes, it is.
This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you both were babies.
Wait, what? That doesn't make sense, Oak. How is that possible? Babies have no concept of, like, rivalry or hate. So, how will that work?
What was his name again?
Oh, you're really the great-grandfather, aren't you? You forget the fucking name of your grandson. Right, okay, I'm gonna give him a name here that's a little joke, a running joke in the series. Now, you're probably gonna think this is the saddest joke I've come up with, but you know what? I wanted to put something funny in this series, and this is going to be it. So you'll find out how it's funny in a second, okay? There we go. His name is Pete.
Was it Pete? That's right. I remember now. His name's Pete.
Haha, Pete.
Joe, your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go!
Alright, so here we have a house, and here we have a NES. Okay, it's time to go now. Well, no fucking shit, Sherlock. And here we have the grand bed. No, that. Time to wake up. And here we have the PC, and what they usually do in this game is, from Fire Red to Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald, I'm not sure about the earlier games, but it's definitely not in the later games. If you go to your PC and then go into Item Storage and then go to Withdraw, you will find a potion all ready for you. Now this may come in useful in a bit later when you get your first Pokemon. And trust me, because the battle with your... well, you'll find out then, but it might become necessary. And here we have our lazy-ass mother!
Right! All boys leave home someday! It said so on TV! Oh yes, Professor Oak next door was looking for you!
Mum? Why? She follows things that's said on TV. I mean, are you a soulless woman? Look, Ma. We need to sit down and have a talk. I mean, you just abandoned me to some fucking professor with no, like, logic or anything? No world knowledge? What the fuck's wrong with you? Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, but our mother does absolutely nothing in this game, and I think this is probably the first game where she does do nothing. So, down here is Professor Oak's lab, but we're not going there yet. We're gonna see what this girl has to say. Is that right? Oh, look!
Trainer tips. Press start to open the menu.
Signs are useful, aren't they?
I don't know if you could hear that, but that was me face palming. Alright, so start is menu, so that will be enter on my keypad. There we go. I get that bag, my trainer card. There we go. Let's give me my money. Saving in options. Alright, there we go. We're going off here. Now, this may sound like a stupid thing to do,
But we're going into the tall grass. Wish me luck.
oh dear.
Hey, wait! Don't go out.
Wait, that's the wrong voice.
It's unsafe while Pokemon live in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for protection.
Perfection? What the f***?
I know, here, come with me.
Oh, I'm eating the microphone. Oh shit, I just lost a bit of the microphone there. I'm sorry if that was just the worst sound you ever heard.
Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Pete, let me think. Oh, that's right, I told you to come. Just wait.
I bet you told him to come.
Here, Joe. There are 3 Pokemon here. Ha-ha! The Pokemon held inside these Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. But now, in my old age, I have only these 3 left. You can have one. Go ahead, choose. Hey, Gramps, no fair. What about me? Be patient, Pete. You can have one too.
Alright, so this is the point where we get our first Pokemon. And over here they are. Now, the way it works in Pokemon, for those of you who don't know, is in every game you get the choice of 3 different Pokemon, and they are all of one specific type. And you can only have one of the 3, and that will be your starter Pokemon. And basically it works as, there are 3 different types. There's water, fire, and grass. Now, it works in a sort of like triangular sort of system. So like one will beat the other, but then be beaten by the last one. So like it'll be super effective against one type, but the other type that's left will be super effective against it. So grass will be effective against water but weak to fire. Fire will be effective against grass but weak to water, and water will be effective against fire but weak to grass. That's the way it works. And the first Pokemon here is Bulbasaur.
I see, Bulbasaur is your choice. It's very easy to raise. So, Joe, you want to go with the grass Pokemon Bulbasaur?
No, I don't. And the next one is Charmander!
Ah, Charmander is your choice. You should raise it patiently. So, Joe, you're claiming the fire Pokemon Charmander?
No! And the last one is Squirtle.
Squirtle is your choice. It's one worth raising. So, Joe, you decided on the water Pokemon Squirtle?
No. I'm getting the Pikachu! No, we can't get Pikachu in this game as a starter, but you can catch it relatively soon. So, after careful thought, and having had a look through all the Pokemon I can actually get in this game, I have decided to go with the toughest one to raise. You may be thinking that's Squirtle, but actually it's not. Early on, the toughest one to raise is actually Charmander. And I'm choosing Charmander for 2 reasons. 1, it is a brilliant Pokemon when it reaches its final evolution, and 2, there are other Pokemon that I can get for both water and grass type that I want to get in this game that I've used before, I know can do, if not brilliantly well, then relatively well, and there aren't really many good fire types in this version of the game, or at least early on. There's one you can get that's really good, but you can only get that after the 7th gym, and by then there's no point really, because there's nothing else that fire will be good against, except one of the Elite 4. So I'm taking Charmander.
This Pokemon is really quite energetic.
Joe received a Charmander from Professor Oak.
Do you want to give a nickname to that Charmander?
Yes, I do. And it's male. Now, I'm going to be naming this out of request, from someone I know, and actually I thought it was a pretty good name when I was given it, right? Charmander is a fire type and its name is Char. Now, what other name can you think of that begins with Char and ends with another 3 letters? If you didn't guess, you're about to be shown it. Charlie! Charlie Charmander! That's a great name, don't you think? You! I thought it was a good name. And yeah, Pete will always choose the one that's strong against your type. So in this case, he's going for Squirtle.
Pete received the Squirtle from Professor Oak.
Well, what's he got to say about it?
My Pokemon looks a lot tougher than yours.
Yeah, goddamn you, Pete. It's a Squirtle! My type will whoop your ass any day. Okay, what's Professor Oak got to say?
If a wild Pokemon appears, your Pokemon can battle it. With it at your side, you should be able to reach the next town.
Is that all he ever cares about, going to the next town?
Like, Joe, you must go from town to town and collect shit as you go along. Like, I just want to build my giant army of shit in a box.
Oh well, we're off to the next town. Hello!
Wait, Joe, let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on.
And here we have our first battle of the game, the Rival Battle. Okay, I will let Professor Oak explain how this works. Pete would like to battle. Pete, Rival Pete, send out Squirtle.
Go Charlie! Oh, for Pete's sake, so pushy as always.
You see, that's the joke, that's the joke. Pete's sake, for Pete's sake.
Oh, for Pete's sake! So pushy as always. Joe, you've never had a Pokemon battle before, have you? A Pokemon battle is where trainers pit their Pokemon against each other. The trainer that makes the other trainer's Pokemon faint by lowering their HP to 0 wins!
Wait, that's his wrong voice. That's fucking Pete saying it.
But rather than talking about it, you'll learn more from experience. Try battling to see for yourself.
I'm losing my voice. Okay, so you get 2 types of moves at the start. There's one that will do damage, and one that will affect stats. Growl will lower the opponent's attack, and Scratch will do about 30-40 damage. I'm not too sure how it works. I think it's 40. But yeah, we're going to go with a Scratch, because I want to get this over with quick, and Squirtle doesn't have a very high attack to start with. So, okay, here we go.
Charlie, you Scratch! Inflicting damage on the foe is the key to any battle.
The full Squirtle used tail. Oh dear. I forgot he had that move. That's gonna lower my defense. And then he's gonna hit me and probably get a critical and then I'll lose. Well, we're gonna Scratch again. Okay, we're gonna keep... He's using another Tail Whip. This is actually kind of worrying. Because Tail Whip can actually lower the defense quite a bit if he keeps using it. Oh, a crit! Oh, a crit! That's good, that's good. Uh-oh. Oh no, he didn't stand a chance. Goodbye, Squirtle. We didn't even need that potion in the end. I was a bit worried I'd have to rely on that.
Charlie gains 70 XP. And level up.
The way it works is that when the Pokemon gets a certain amount of experience, it will level up. And as it levels up, it learns new moves. And if it gets to a certain level, it evolves. But Charlie isn't anywhere close to getting that. He's relatively close to getting a new move, but he's not close to evolving anytime soon. Player defeated Rival Pete.
What? Unbelievable! Oh, for Pete's sake, shut up, Pete! I picked the wrong Pokemon!
Joe got 80... I don't know what that sign means, I'm just going to say Poké's.
For winning. Excellent! If you win, you earn prize money, and your Pokemon will grow. Battle other trainers and make your Pokemon strong. Okay, I'll make my Pokemon battle to toughen it up. Joe, Gramps, smell you later!
Twat.
Oh, for Pete's sake!
Alright. Okay. So, I'm gonna go up here. And I'm just gonna go for a second, because I need to go clear my throat. I will see you back here in a minute. Alright everyone, I'm back. Sorry about that, I just had to go clear my throat and grab a drink. It is boiling over here in England right now. And also, I can't have my window open because of the neighbours next door. They have young kids, and I will really piss them off if I keep shouting. Good thing I'm using sensors for you guys not to hear it, though. Okay, so on we go. Now, from now on, whenever we enter a new patch of grass, I'm going to mention all the Pokemon that appear in it, and give a small summary about what I think of each Pokemon that appear in it. So, let's enter the grass, and if we come across one, I'll talk about it, but if we don't, I'll still mention them. Alright, okay. So, there are only 2 Pokemon that you can get in this... Hello. There we go, there's the first one already. Hey! It's a relatively good one, actually. Pidgey! Right, okay, like I said, there are 2 Pokemon you can find in the wild grass here. Pidgey and Rattata. Now, Pidgey is the first flying type you'll find in the game. It's also a normal type, but it's better at being a flying type, trust me on that. And it's a relatively good Pokemon, actually. I recommend it. I can recommend it pretty well, especially early on. It's got some really good evolutions, it learns some pretty good moves. But there are better flying types, and it doesn't have the highest attack or speed of the ones you can get. Some of them appear a bit later on. And as for Rattata... Is it going to be a Rattata that turns up? Nope, it's another Pidgey, oh well. Rattata, I don't recommend using. I mean, catch them all you like. Catch all the Pokemon you could find if you want to get the achievements for that. Actually, you don't get achievement, but you fill up the Pokedex, and it's something you can do. You get awards as you go along if you fill them up. So, I might be filling up the Pokedex later on, but back to Rattata. It's a Pokemon I would not recommend using on your team. You can use it as a HM slave. I know people who do. But I'm not one of those people, and Charlie leveled up! And Charlie learned Ember! Yeah, his first fire-type move! That'll come in pretty good. Okay, now we're on to, like, move types. Each move has a different type. Like, Scratch is a normal type move, right? Fucking Pokemon everywhere. And there's a Rattata. See, it doesn't look like much. You've got to watch out for Rattatas, though. They've actually got pretty good amount of damage. And Raticates... Don't let Raticates bite you. Because... Just do not let a Raticate attack, because it will slaughter you and your family and then rape them. Bit dark. What was I saying about moves? Well, fire-type moves, if the Pokemon that's using them is a fire-type, that move gets a boost, because it's the same type. I'm not very good at explaining things, but basically how it works is, if a move is the same type as the Pokemon using the move, then that attack will get extra damage. See, Charlie here is a fire-type, and Ember is a fire-type move, and its power is 40. Now, because it's a fire-type move, and the Pokemon is a fire-type, that power, I think it's doubled. It might be times by 1.5. I'm not sure. I think it's doubled. And there's the stats right there. See, his attack and his special defense are his lowest stats, whereas special attack is his highest, which is good for Charmander because Charmander is a special attacker. And all the stupid things. It's a relaxed nature. I'm not too sure how that helps it. I think that doesn't have any effect. I think it just lowers speed. But this is a Pokemon Center. Here you can heal your Pokemon, which is what I just did. And over here you have the Pokemon Mart. You can buy different items over here, and that's basically it. Things like Pokeballs and potions. Hey, you came from Bella Town! You know Professor Oak, right? His order came in. Can I get you to take it to him? Joe received Oak's parcel from the Pokemon clerk. I don't know what I just said. That was gibberish. Joe put the Oak's parcel in the key items pocket. Da-da-da-da. Okay, now we are heading all the way back to Professor Dipshit Oak. You can jump over these things, that's the way we... Now to press anything, you just walk up to them. Oh, don't want to go back in there. But, yeah. So, you might be wondering why I'm making this series. Well, I felt I needed to do something different. Something that wasn't a shooter, or like an action, or like... Well, this is technically an RPG, but I felt I needed to do something different. And Pokemon is a game series that I've always loved. And while there are a lot of different people who play these games, I thought I'd have a shot at it. And if this is popular, if this first episode is popular, I'll continue with the series. But now we're going into Professor Oak. Wait, we're going into Professor Oak? Oh god! I'm worried.
Ah, Joe, there's my old Pokemon. Well, it seems to be
Fucking English.
Well, it seems to be growing more attached to you. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. What's that? You have something for me?
Joe delivered Oak's parcel.
Yee. Oh, it's the custom Pokeball. I had it on order. Thank you. Gramps. I almost forgot. What do you call me here for? Oh, right. I have a request for you. Oh, for Pete's sake. On the desk here is my invention, the Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Joe and Pete, take these with you for Pete's sake.
Sorry, I'm gonna not do that too often. It might get boring.
You can't get detailed data on Pokemon by just seeing them. You must catch them to obtain complete data. So, here are some tools for catching wild Pokemon.
Joe received 5 Pokeballs. Joe put the Pokeballs in the Pokeball packet. In the Pokeball's packet.
When a wild Pokemon appears, it's fair game. Just throw a Pokeball at it and bloody blue. And that's it. That won't always work, however. A healthy Pokemon can escape. You have to be lucky. You have to be unluckful lucky. To make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world, that was my dream. But I am too old. I can't get the job done. So, I want you to fulfill my dream for me. Get moving, you two. This is a great undertaking in Pokemon history.
Alright, Gramps. Leave it...
Gramps, leave it all to me. Joe, I hate to say it, but you won't be necessary for this. I know. I'll borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one, huh? Don't bother coming around to my place after this.
And there goes the sly bastard.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
That's pretty much what he said.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Because fucking Pete.
Oh god, I gotta stop with the language. I've gotta stop swearing at things. Alright, okay, here we can get a town map. This isn't necessary, and you can find town maps in Pokemon Centers, but Pokemon Centers aren't everywhere, and they can come in useful, and this is basically just to show you where it is. Okay. Grandpa asked you to run an errand? Gee, that's lazy of him. Here, this will help you. Joe received a town map from Daisy.
Mario! Hehe!
Sorry, I had to say that. Peach and Daisy. Oh my god, I'm swearing too much. I've got to stop. Bad Joe. Stop swearing. Alright, okay, this is where I'm gonna end the video for today, guys. Like and favourite if you enjoyed. Subscribe to join the Rad Clan today. If you want to recommend a Pokemon, or if you want me to continue this series, or you want to recommend a Pokemon, send me an email, or post a comment in the videos. No hating, please, because, well, what's the point in that? If you don't like a video, don't bother disliking. Don't bother saying any reason why you don't like it. Just leave, because there's no point, okay? There's no point in having a go at someone. But if you want to recommend a Pokemon for me to use, I'll have a look at everything that's commented on, and any Pokemon that are highly recommended, or I think is a really good idea for me to add to my team, or will make the series interesting, I'll have a look into, and I might use them. But till then, I will see you all next time. Haloraders out.